Hi, I'm Benjamin Low, author of Master Math Models and 18 Math Guide books found in major bookshops like Popular and used by tens of thousands of students in Singapore. My mission is to make difficult questions easy for children to understand so that they can love and enjoy maths. If you want to learn more about quick and easy ways to understand and learn maths, hit the subscribe button below to watch my other videos, which are constantly updated and added. If you have other questions you would like me to help with, use the links in the description below to reach me. So let's begin on this question. Now, the first thing you want to do in any question is to look at the keywords. And the keywords in this question is the following. Now, before you continue watching this video, you can actually pause this and try out for yourself what the keywords are to see whether it matches with what I'm about to teach. Okay, so here we go. There are 27 children at a fun fair. Each girl sold 5 boxes. Each boy sold 3 boxes. By the end of the day, the girls had sold 55 more boxes than the boys. Than the boys. And the question is, how many boys and girls, how many boys and how many girls were there as 2 separate values? Okay. Now, this is using the 5-step method that I created several years back, and is now being used by quite a lot of students, and even some teachers have picked up on it. So let me demonstrate to you how it should be done so that you no longer have to use guess and check. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is you want to draw 6 lines. Okay, you can memorize the system for now so that it's easier to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at this point, you're probably wondering, is this the guess and check method? The answer is no. Okay, because the guess and check method is a very long and time-wasting method. And the other method, the assumption method, is not good for students because they do not know the difference between when to add and when to subtract for the assumption method. Okay, there are actually 2 things you need to know in the assumption method, and most students get confused by that. So this is a lot clearer. All right, so here the thing to note is that in the 5-step method questions or guess and check questions like this, there are always 2 numbers you need to look out for, and the first number you want to look out for is what I would call the total. Okay, so this is the total. Or maybe I just write that. And the other number you want to look out for is what is known as your target. So this is your target value, okay, or what you want to achieve. All right, now this blank space here is basically on top of the table. You need to write total, the value that I just talked about. And over here, you need to add the target value that you wish to achieve. Now, this question is slightly different from the other 5-step method question that I posted earlier, in that in this case, the question is giving you a target value that is not a total value, but a difference. Now, you may be wondering what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is this. Normally, most questions here will have a value that you want to achieve as a total target. But in this question, it is not a total target. The target is to find a difference. All right? And in all such questions, you are also given 2 pieces of information, being the value for the 2 kinds of items, in this case, the boy and the girl, or in some questions, it could be horses and chickens. In some questions, it could be vans and motorcycles, which has 4 wheels and 2 wheels. So here, each girl has got 5 boxes and each boy has got 3 boxes. Take the one that is a bigger value, which in this case is the girl, and put it in the first row or the first column. Okay, so in this case, the value of the first column should be girls. all right? And that's because there are 5 for the girls and only 3 for the boys. Okay, so we put the one that has the bigger value. So here we have girls, and here we have boys. Now each girl will have 5 boxes, and each boy will have sold 3 boxes. Okay, as you can see from the information. So now what do we do? The first step in putting information into the boxes is to take the entire value The next thing to do, as I was saying, is to take the entire value, as in the total value. Okay, let me just... This number over here, which belongs to the total box and also in the first column. Okay, so we're going to take this number and we're going to put it in. All right. This is 27 and this is also 27. Now, if there are only 27 children and there are 27 girls, how many boys are there? If your answer is 0, then you're right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to calculate it. But before we do that is the next step. In the next step, you will reduce this by 1, so that it becomes 26. And you will increase this by 1 because the total number of children needs to add up to 27. Okay, so let's do some calculations. 27 times 5 is 135. 0 times 3, okay, as you should know, of course, is a 0. Times 3 to give a 0. And then the difference of 135 minus 0 is 135. Please take note, you are now subtracting, not adding. Okay. The next one is 26 times 5, if there are 26 girls. And this would be 130. Okay, a shortcut here would be to take 135, take away 5, and you get 130. And over here, you multiply by 3, which means that the boys would have sold 3 boxes. Now, what do you think the difference is over here? Okay, if you said that the answer is 127, then you are right, because you are supposed to find the difference between 130 and 3. So you take 130 minus 3 to get 127. Now, as I said, this is not guess and check. There is a system to this. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put 3 dots over here. This is not a place where you do any working. It is just to separate these 2 steps here from what's below. What is below would be the answer to the question, which we will fill later. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to remember that there are 3 steps here, minus, minus, divide. Okay, why? Because the difference of going down 1 step is also the difference of 8. If you take 135 minus 27, you can see that going down 1 step reduces the difference by 8. Now, can you tell me what is the target difference? If your answer is that it is 55, then you are right. So if the target difference is 55, then I'm going to put 55 here. And that means I need to go down by 8 many, many times. Okay? I need to go down by 8, by 8, by 8 many times until I get to 55. Of course, this is not the way we're going to do it, but that is how you understand it. All right? The next thing you want to do is to take the first value that you found under the difference column and to put it down twice. Next, you take the 2 values that you see here and you put it down over here. So really, what you're doing in this step over here is you're finding the difference in the value when you move down by 1 step. So this difference is 8. Now, the difference will shift from here all the way to 25. So how much is that? That's where you take 135 minus 55. See how it works now? Okay, so when you do that, you will find that you should get a difference of 80. All right. Finally, you take the two numbers here and you divide them. So you take 80 and you divide by 8. And this will give you 10. Now, this 10 that you have just found is the number that goes into the middle column. This is the middle column. Okay. So you take this number and you put it here. Okay. This will always work. Now, if there are 10 boys, how many girls are there? If you said that there are 17 girls, because when you take the total number of children, 27 minus the 10 boys, and you got 17, then you are perfectly right. So if there are 17 girls, then I should put the number over here. So now we come to the purpose of this row. The purpose of this row is to find out if your answer is correct. So to check if the answer is indeed 17 girls and 10 boys, which is what the question is asking you, what you're going to do now is this. You take 17 and you multiply by the number of boxes. How many is that? Okay, if you said 5, then you're right. So this is now 85. And how many boxes did the boys sell? The 10 boys. If your answer is 30, then you're right. So 85 minus 30 would give you 55, and that tells you that your answer is correct. So this system actually provides a self-checking mechanism, right? Now, all you have to do, and this prevents all the careless mistakes, am I right? So all you got to do now is solve the question. So the answer is that there are 17 girls and 10 boys. So we're going to write over here, 17 girls and 10 boys. And that solves this question easily. Okay, so if this has been clear for you and you want to learn more, hit the subscribe button below and to watch other videos. Okay, have a great time. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.